Bittorrent value equivalent to 0.073 gibber a coin. The present exchanged cost range to 0.007 gibbers 74. The earlier day closed the 0.007 gibbers 71. The change was gibber 0, gibbers 2 plus 2, gibber 2 applesauce, reverse rate, as to gibber. Gibber figure for November 2024. Initially cost at gibber $0.054. Excessive costs $0.054, while low cost $0.000 jabbers 42. The arrived at the midpoint of cost gibber $0.049. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's end 0.045. Change for jabber 16.7%. Bittorrent cost gibber for December 2024. Initially cost at $0.000 gibbers $45. Excessive costs of $0.000 gibber 45, while low costs of $0.00038. The arrived at the midpoint of cost gibber $0.00042. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends at points and freedom gibbers 41. Change for December 8.9%. Gibber estimate for January 2025. To start with cost at $0.000 gibbers $41. Exorbitant costs of $0.000 gibbers 46, while low costs are $0.00040. The found the middle value of cost of $0.000 gibbers 43. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends at $0.000 gibbers 43. Change for January 4th. 9 gibber. Bittorrent cost gibber for February 2025. To start with cost at $0.000 gibbers $43. Exorbitant costs of point papaya gibbers 54, while low costs are $0.00043. The arrived at the midpoint of costs of $0.000 gibbers 48. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends of $0.005 gibber. Change for February 16th. 3 gibber. Bittorrent gibber for walk 2025. At the outset cost at $0.000 papaya gibbers $5. Excessive costs of $0.000 gibbers 62, while low costs of $0.00050. The arrived at the midpoint of cost at point applesauce gibbers 55. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the gibber ends of $0.00058. Change for spring 16%. Bittorrent cost expectation for gibber 2025. At the gibber cost at $0.00058. Excessive costs of $0.00064, while low costs of $0.000 jabbers 56. The found the middle value of cost of $0.000 gibbers 6. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's end 0.000 gibbers 6. Change for April 3rd. 4 gibber. Gibber estimate for May 2025. To start with cost at $0.000 gibbers $6. Exorbitant costs of $0.000 gibber 75, while low costs of $0.000 60. The found the middle value of cost of $0.000 gibber 66. Bittorrent cost gauge toward the month's end 0.00070. Change for May jabber. 7 gibber. Bittorrent cost gibber for June 2025. First and foremost cost at $0.000 gibbers $7. Exorbitant costs of $0.00075, while low costs of $0.000 jabbers 65. The found the middle value of costs of $0.000 papaya gibbers 7. Gibber cost estimate toward the month's ends at $0.00070. Change for June's and %. Bittorrent gibber for July 2025. Before all else cost at $0.000 gibbers $7. Excessive costs of $0.000 7, while low costs of $0.000 jabbers 70. The gibber at the midpoint of costs of $0.000 freedom 77. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends of $0.00081. Change for jabber 15th. 7 gibber. Gibber cost expectation for August 2025. In the first place, cost at $0.00081 gibber. Gibber costs of $0.00088, while low costs of $0.00076. The found the middle value of cost of $0.000 gibbers 82. Gibber cost gauge toward the month's ends of $0.00082. Change for August 1st. 2 gibber. Bittorrent gibber for September 2025. In the first place, cost at $0.000 gibbers $82. Exorbitant costs of $0.00090, while low costs of point disappointment jabbers 78. The found the middle value of costs at point Gibbers 0.84. Bittorrent cost Gibber toward the month's end 0.084. Change for September 2nd. 4 Gibber. Bittorrent cost Gibber for October 2025. Initially cost at ointment point Gibber 0.084 dollars. Excessive cost Gibber 0.091, while low costs at 0.079. The arrived at the midpoint of costs at point Gibber 0.085. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's end 0.0 Gibber 85. Change for October 1st. 2 Gibber. Gibber figure for papaya 2025. Initially cost at Gibber 0.085 dollars. Excessive costs of 0.0 Gibber 94, while low costs is at 0.082. The arrived at the midpoint of costs in 0.0 Gibber 87. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's end 0.088. Change for Jabber 3rd. 5 Gibber. Bittorrent cost expectation for Gibber 2025. Initially cost at 0.0 Gibbers and $88. Exorbitant costs of points and Gibbers as 96, while low costs of 0.084. The found the middle value of costs are point Gibbers as 9. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's end 0.0 Gibber 90. Change for December 2nd. 3 Gibber. Gibber estimate for Freedom 2026. To start with cost at Gibbers as 9 dollars. Exorbitant costs of 0.010, while low costs at points on Jabbers as 86. The found the middle value of costs at point Gibbers as 92. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends point ointment Gibbers as 93. Change for January 3rd. 3 Gibber. Gibber cost expectation for February 2026. To start with cost at Gibber points as 93 dollars. Excessive costs at points as 93, while low costs at points as Jabbers as 74. The arrived at the midpoint of costs at point Gibbers as 85. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends at points as Gibbers as 80. Change for February 14%. Gibber conjecture for Walk 2026. At the outset cost at points as 8 and Gibber. Excessive costs at points as 87, while low costs at points as Jabbers as 75. The arrived at the Gibber of cost at points as 81. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends at points at Gibbers as 81. Change for spring 1.3%. Bittorrent cost expectation for Gibber 2026. Before all else cost at points as Gibbers as $81. Excessive costs at points as 1, while low cost Jabber points is 81. The arrived at the Gibber of cost at points as 89. Bittorrent cost gauge toward the Gibber ends at points as 94. Change for April 16th.